Hello Fius, how are you? Back again with me, Edie. In 2018, the music world was shocked by the death of the great drummer from Mr. Big's band, Pat Torpey. Even though at that time, Mr. Big wanted to hold a big concert, but in the end it was cancelled. So, what was Pat Torpey's career like? What makes Mr. Big and the fans feel lost? This is what I want to discuss, so prepare the most comfortable position to watch and snack later. So, on December 13th, 1953, in Cleveland, Ohio, USA, a boy named Pat Torpey was born. He already loved drums and started playing drums when he was only 7 years old. His musical influences are inspired by Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and AC/DC. His drumming influences are John Bonham and Keith Moon. When he was 13 years old and in high school, he wanted to tell his mother that he liked music and music programs. At that time, he played in concerts, orchestras, marching bands, and stage bands. It was all he did, just to make his mother want to buy it. He got a drum set for his birthday. Not long after, the family moved to Phoenix, and Pat began to show his skills in local bands. He played all kinds of bands, from rock, funk, jazz, and pop, which made him more confident and honed his skills even more. In 1983, Pat Torpey moved to Los Angeles. He played softball and joined a holiday league. Apart from making friends, he was also looking for work there. Then in 1985, he auditioned for pop rock singer John Parr and was successful with the hit Almost Fire, and his song became the opening act for Tina Turner's tour. When the tour ended, he drummed for Belinda Carlisle on her first solo tour and opened for Robert Palmer. Pat also told his friends that the Knack Band was looking for a drummer because their original drummer had left. Because Pat also liked the songs. Without any auditions, Pat immediately joined the band and started practicing. When Pat played with the Knack, Pat didn't realize that he was being watched by Billy Sheehan and Paul Gilbert, who were planning to look for a drummer. Because he liked his drum-playing style, Pat was finally invited to join the band Mr.big in 1988. Before Pat and Mr. Big made their first album, Pat was asked to play drums with Robert Plant on his Now and Zen tour. At that time, Mr. Big had received a recording contract with Atlantic Records. Mr. Big had previously been successful in Japan, but they released their second album in 1991, the album Lean Into. It was the turning point for Mr. Big's fame throughout the world. In 1992, the international hit song Mr. Big's To Be With You went to #1 in the US and 15 other countries, and top 5 in many countries. For 14 years, Pat accompanied Mr. Big toured the world. Mr. Big became the main band and also opened for Aram Sith, Rush, Bryan Adams and Scorpions, and many more. Pat Torpey can sing too. He also often sings several covers of Mr. Big's songs. Apart from being the voice of two, Pat can also balance the voice of their vocalist, Eric Martin. Pat Torpey released a solo CD in 1998 entitled Odd Man Out, and then a follow-up CD entitled Y2K in 1999. Later, Pat was also involved in a number of studio projects, drum clinic stage performances for Tama Drums in Japan, Russia, China, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Pat has 2 instructional videos, Big Drums, which features several of Mr. Big with Billy Sheehan and rock groove drumming, showing off his unique drumming skills. Pat also recorded with Impellitteri on the album Stand in Line, 1988, and also with Jeff Paris on the album Race to Paradise, 1986. On July 25, 2014, Pat announced that he had Parkinson's disease. The disease attacked the nerves and made him tremble and lose some nerve function. And because of that, Pat couldn't join the 2014-2015 Mr. Big World Tour, and also couldn't finish the album The Stories We Could Tell. Pat was replaced by Matt Starr from Ace Frehley's touring band for the continuation of the 2014-2015 World Tour. And finally, Pat Torpey died at the age of 64. The band stated that Torpey died due to complications from Parkinson's disease, which he suffered from. Mr. Big has also announced this via their social media accounts. The band said Torpey died on Wednesday, February 7, 2018. Okay, that's the journey of Pat Torpey's musical career until he died. Thank you for watching. Edie said goodbye, and we'll see you again in the next video.